It's just I be shooting every Sunday, so I'm just used to.
Right. Next time
what, every Sunday?
This.
Oh, okay. This is my first time doing something like this. I'm like nervous as shit.
Oh, I thought Troy said you were on before. No. Oh, snap. Yeah, I was nervous.
Like I talked about different topics and stuff like that, but it's been on like it's the biggest transgender dating site that there is out there right now. It's called Tiny, TAIMI, and so I brought.
I thought that was a lesbian site. No.
No, it's
for everybody.
LGBTQ, but mostly transgender.
Okay.
So people that are transgender or want to meet transgender people. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
And for a while, Facebook, and then I'm just like, occasionally I'll go on Facebook, but again, that's just too drama. I already have aunts and stuff like that, like, we're worried about you, praying for you still. And it's like, what, fuck this.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
It's like,
nobody wants to hear that shit. Like, what, Kitty? Like, what am I doing? Like, yeah.
I'm praying for you.
For sure.
I went through that.
Keep praying for me.
Yeah.
Unanswered.
That came out, but I don't really label myself. I'm just me.
Yeah.
Just go with the flow.
Right.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. I've gone through stages, I guess, I'm just, like, I had a best friend that kind of helped me, and and I already was inside, but identified with, like the feminine traits and stuff like that. And it's like, she said, transgender.
That one, right?
Get that across your head.
Which one?
I'm a transgender female.
Oh,
I'm proud to be that,
Right.
And so,
loop.
But yeah,
For sure.
so anyways.
I don't know too much. I was just telling Angie, but I try to learn,
You got the questions on your phone, right?
Well, I guess
They
you
didn't
should save it
download.
for the podcast. I don't know.
What's the name from the last one? You had something, so I didn't look at it. I should not download it.
I like how they have Thanos in the Biggie. It's like a Biggie picture.
It's boss mode.
Pew, 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 pew.
His handwriting is so fucking little. The last one was better.
Well, I told her she didn't have to type because I felt bad, so I'll let her know to type them from now on.
Give her access to your Google Docs, and then you can always have it.
Print it
Yeah,
out.
that shit's small as
So he
hell.
said this is YouTube.
May
Yeah, because it's
2019.
like
May 20th.
you can do it like a project that you work
All the fucking
together.
way, social media, people I worked with for 10 years, my family, and my mother immediately, after I did all that, I'm like, I don't want my mom, finding this out from somebody else first.
Right.
And so I called her up, and that was it. And I felt like comfortable about it, even not passing, just like getting rid of all my band clothes and all that shit.
No, I just want to have it
Thank
just
you,
in
Troy.
case. It was mainly just in case. I like to have it just in case. I like this.
So yeah, I consider myself
Concept.
early into the journey. You know what I'm saying? So had one surgery that was recent 6 months ago, breast augmentation, and I wasn't quite happy. Like after 2 years, you know what you're gonna have, and typically it doesn't get more than 8 cup. And everybody's personal. If you got 8 cup, you're happy with it. I wasn't. And it's just like you see.
Oh, so you got two?
What you mean? Yeah, 2 right here.
No. But you said, hold on. Did you get it and wasn't happy with it, and then went up to
No,
a C? Or you
HRT, hormonal replacement therapy, so that's estrogen and T blocker. That actually, I developed almost beat breast from that.
Okay.
Depends on like your family background, stuff like that. But it's like I wasn't personally happy with it. I knew what I wanted. I went to the top surgeon that I know of or could find in here in Arizona and had him perform breast augmentation. Dr. Turkle Tom. North Scottsdale. Yeah.
My mom went to the doctor in North Scottsdale. I forgot his name. He was the top doctor at the time.
He's really
That was a couple
good.
years
Because
ago.
everybody else I went to is like, okay, this is the size I want. It would have been too big, and they're
I'll keep that one in mind for the just in case I need it later.
sure we can do that for you. And it's like he looked at it symmetrically. He's like, okay, this is what's going to happen if you do it this way, and this is what this is,
Right, he had
He
one
did it
in there,
perfect.
too.
I
He just
told
didn't tell you
yeah.
yes.
So afterwards, I told him, I said, you know, I looked in the mirror, you know, I said, I keep looking in the mirror, and I'm like, are they too small? Are they too big? And I said, they're fucking perfect. I said, and I'm really self-critical. I said, so as far as I'm concerned, you're like the Michelangelo of fucking breast augmentation. I shook his hand. He just started laughing at his things.
Oh, good. Shoot.
Just let y'all know we live. We moving
that in a
already.
yellow-
Oh, are we?
Yeah, we live. Well, I was just enjoying the conversation, not gonna lie. I was enjoying the
I just want to know if
conversation.
anybody else see. Can you read this tiny shit?
Welcome to room service. We don't give no heads up. We don't give no heads up. We just start the show. We let everybody get into their feelings, get into their
Be who
vibe.
we are.
Exactly. You get to be
Where
you.
we're at in the moment.
Facts. You
It's
know.
tiny for me. You hurt my
Bringing
eyes.
that comfort to AZ. Bringing that comfort to AZ, man. But man, we back with a special episode, y'all, man. I'm your boy biggz. Vadi Mo's in the building.
I'm here.
We got Angelique in the building.
Mhm.
And then we got a very special guest. New to the podcast. Naomi Kuhr is in the building, ladies
Give
and
it up for
gentlemen.
everybody. Give it up for everybody.
Yo.
Yes.
It's been going, y'all know the talking around the town. The closer, Dave Chapelle.
It has been a talk.
Everybody has been stating their opinions, their views, how they feeling.
Should it get canceled? Should it get took
And, you
down?
know, what it should be like. And since then, you know I have a coalition of different people in my life. From gay, bi, trans, to a nigga down the street to sell crack. We got it all
Everything.
in my life.
Right.
So I'm like, man, let me bring some people, some like-minded, somewhat like-minded. We all ain't like-minded. But to have a conversation about this, you know, on this very special episode, you know, trying to bridge the gap in the community. See what we can do, or see how we felt about the closer. You feel me? So I got Angelique, who identify as
Actually, I'm just me. I don't
Free
really
spirit.
do the I don't do the labels. I'm free spirit.
all right, free
That's
spirit.
fine.
I
don't
fuck
do
with
labels.
that.
Thank
Free
you.
spirit.
Appreciate you.
She free spirit. And Naomi, I don't know how you categorize yourself.
So, you know, at the moment, this part of my journey, I started in May 20th, 2019, transitioning
You gotta talk into it. I just want to move it up.
from male to female. So right now in my journey, I identify as transgender female.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mo identifies as a fashionista. You know. So we all watched the closing. We've all seen it. You know. I want to hear y'all thoughts. Being in that community more than we are, being Mo is. I'm on it. I slide through from time to time and say, hey, what's going on? Y'all trying to get a drink?
Yeah, I just be chilling.
But you know, coming from the community, how did y'all feel about the closing? Mo, you want to hit the volume?
All right, Naomi, I would
Yes.
like to hear your opinions about it.
So it took me, I would say about probably 3, and I'm still processing through it, probably about 3 days. It takes stuff that really, you know, like hits my heart or whatever, you know, it takes a while. But I know my immediate response before he started talking about Daphne, before I found out at the end what Daphne had chosen to do.
Yeah.
I just started crying, you know, but for the reason that I knew that I had watched Dave Chapelle before, and I liked him as a comedian. There was a while I wouldn't watch him because I became personally offended by something he had said. You know, I think it was some kind of statement like, "We are, what was it? You're born with whoever you are, basically. You know, I mean, whoever you are." Genetically or yeah, so and I'm like, well, yeah, that's your opinion, but anyways, so I started watching them again. I think I watched all the shows. Closer was the first time that I watched it, but I could see, you know, I don't think that, and I don't want to offer negative stuff out there neither, but there, you know, I mean, when I went on the internet and kind of researched a little bit, some people were saying, well, that's a publicity stunt or something like that, you know, I mean, even talking about Daphne or having Daphne open for him, right, for 45 minutes and bomb. And when he started talking about that and how she went to the front of the audience and how he wasn't lying about that shit.
Yeah.
They were friends. You know what I'm saying? So as humans, one to another. And as far as comedy goes, I look at Dave Chapelle as like he tells it the way that it is truthful in his mind. You know what I'm saying? And so you can watch South Park and you can get really offended by a lot. There isn't anybody they leave out, doesn't? And Dave Chapelle is, I think, a really good artist at what he does.
It's just let it stay off. Let it stay off.
Yeah. So my personal feelings are everybody's going to feel however they feel. Dave Chapelle, you know, I mean, however he feels. And in that special, he also said, I'm transphobic. So you're going to attack him for that, for being honest about, you know,
about
but
himself.
he still sees beyond whatever he believes, you know, maybe a person should be or is or whoever they believe they are, and he recognizes them as a human, you know.
And so I guess it's kind of, for the most part, what I came away from. So, and the other thing that hit me, and I didn't go on Twitter or wherever it was that Daphne was on for 6 days before she took her life, before she was gone. But, you know, I mean, Dave also mentioned that the LGBTQ community also, you know, like, as soon as Daphne, like she defended Dave, I thought, well, and again, I'm not representing LGBTQ community. I'm representing who I am as Naomi, you know, and identifying as, you know, my own journey or whatever. But it's like we gotta show each other more love. You know what I'm saying, in this community, you know, and it doesn't have to be as much as we don't want somebody else to say it's fact. If you're born female, then you are female, or male, you are male. I think at the same time, you know, we gotta look at the other sides too: culture, race, faith, belief, whatever it is. We just need to embrace each other, you know, for who we are. Otherwise, we lose out on the quality of life.
Yeah, because everybody not meant to be the same. That's going back to what I was saying. Like, who am I to stop somebody's dream about who you want to be, who you chose to be? You know what I'm saying? That's like telling a person you can't be an astronaut or something like that. You can't kill a person's dream. You know what I'm saying? And people take that to the heart. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to show you the real them. Because most people scared to show you the real them, but when a person tries to show you the real them and they get rejected, that's like, damn, I can't even be who I am. So like, who will really love me? You know what I'm saying? That's why people end up taking their life and doing things like that.
That goes back to our episode we had 2 weeks ago when we were all sitting here with Olivia and all them. We was like, Olivia was the first type of person that showed us you can be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, come from where we from.
Yeah.
Chicago, Michigan, Jersey. You, at least I know in the black community, you only can be a certain way.
It's a battle.
It's a certain way. Like, you got to prove to them that you certain level of blackness, but you're also trying to prove to yourself that I'm not finna be what everybody think I should be.
Predict me to be, yeah.
You know,
stereotypical.
I speak and I enunciate my words because I don't want anybody to think I'm poorly educated, which is fucked up. Because that's what it's associated with. If I was talking in slang,
when you could do it
I'm
both
poorly
ways.
educated. When I can flip it on and off.
Right. You can flip it no matter how.
You know, but as soon as they hear you talk slang, they be like, oh, see, we knew who this person was.
And you could be the most educated person walking, you know, more educated than them.
Facts.
But
you know,
you
and
have
it changed
to
them up.
be, you know, a couple different ways.
You know, and I get it. Like I said, and my hope, my understanding with the closer was coming as a comedian, a new comedian in the game at that. You know, I love that how he closed it with like, we're having a human experience.
Yeah.
That's like how you said, when she bombed for 45 minutes and went back in the audience and sat down and watched the rest of the show because she enjoys comedy that much. I bombed. Good 20 minutes on stage because I thought I had 20 minutes worth of material, but I did not. And I had a chuckle. And when it was over, I went and sat down. Same thing. Let me go see what I messed up on.
At least you got that one chuckle, no?
I mean,
you gotta start looking at the positive. You know, sometimes what I realized, we don't look at the positive of the positivity of our experience. We automatically go to the negative, like, oh well this happened. What you was expecting. Yeah, you didn't get what you expected. Like the other day, I was driving and I guess I had a moment where I realized, like, wow, things are not the same same as it was last year around this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've grown. I'm talking different. I'm moving different. I'm walking different. I'm accepting things that I probably wouldn't have accepted before. I'm open. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the positives instead of the negatives. So I would say that one chuckle, shit, that could turn into 20,000 chuckles.
Very
You know
true,
what I mean?
and
Like,
that's the form of comedy. Like we have to work out our material. That's why most comics are like, please don't record. Please, they'll tell security take your phone or kick you out because we're building a set. You're building a set. I'm trying to build enough materials that I can go into this one club instead of at 5, like in Arizona, it's 5 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon to do open mic stand-up, which sucks to me. I feel like it should be later. But for me to be performing at night, like at 8, 9 o'clock, where the comics that have been out here been doing it way longer than me are performing, I gotta develop a good set.
process.
Yeah. I gotta develop that good set to go out and then like, hey, so when I audition and they do it, I'm like, okay, yeah, you come on, 8 o'clock.
Right.
You know, come do your set. You know, and it's lovely. And like I said, with Dave Chapelle, not even with Daphne, how she embodied the true spirit of comedy.
Right.
And that's what I fucking love. That the whole special was just
that was
her.
dope.
The same thing with Sticks and when he talked about her in Sticks and Stones. You like he just talked about her loving this craft.
Comedy.
And I've gotten to that point where this is like with cooking, how we all are with cooking. I've gotten to the point that a comedy, I feel the same love for comedy that I do with cooking. Like this is my passion. This is what I love. And so when I hear people, you know, tear down Dave for, he's crazy with his pen. He's crazy with. I want to get to that level.
Always been.
You know, I gotta read the dictionary once in a while just to find new words to add to my sets.
But you know, I don't know if I'm wrong, and please anyone correct me if I am. Just from the way I see it, doesn't sound like he's against. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's the
they
thing.
were his friends.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like everyone has a joke about everybody. There's racist jokes. There's all types of jokes out there. But when you have someone that's different, joking, but it's for you, you know what I mean? Like that's what I got from it. Like he's just joking. Like you know.
I want to
what
bring
mean?
you a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's just joking. And the thing is, like, most of us don't know. Well, this is my experience. Like, I don't know too much about the trans community. But then, let's say if I meet a person of trans experience and I ask them, I get more of a, well, why don't you know this? Well, motherfucker, I don't know. I'm asking
They don't
you,
teach
like,
us in school.
I don't know.
Right.
Just like you may not know about the black experience, or I guess people who identify me as a lesbian, whatever. You know, you gotta ask me these questions, and I have to answer them. I can't keep guessing about what's what, or how am I supposed to take this?
That goes to say it was a question. Oh, it was something I think a teacher used to say in high school or something like that. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't just say that shit.
You feel me? You can't just assume something. You can't just I just know this, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta ask you to figure out.
Well, what's it saying? When you assume, you make an ass out of me and you.
You hear me? Like
I got that early on transitioning from someone else that had been transitioning from male to female for 6 years, and that was only 3 months into it before I even started HRT meds. And they're like, you don't know about Stonewall, you don't know about this person, you know, what the hell is it? And I'm like,
well, dude, I just stepped in.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not something they teach
yeah.
in schools and stuff like that. And I feel the way that they do with like how Angie brought up earlier, and when we was in my room and said like how people tell you you're gay, how it's not such a thing anymore. Back then, you know, it was what?
a thing.
Huh?
Yeah.
right,
Take you out.
right.
Eventually, trans is gonna
It's gonna
become
come to a
at
point
that
where
moment
it's like, yeah.
that it's gonna.
yeah. I want to bring a point up about this whole thing, you know, I mean, because right after I watched the show, you know, the closer you told me, then I looked up Daphne Dormer, and there's all kinds of articles out there and stuff like that. So the New York Post, her sister, 2 sisters, actually, you know, wrote something on the New York Post, and they had an article, and they were defending Dave.
Yeah,
And
they came out defended him Same thing with the Netflix CEOs. They didn't come out defending them, but they came back. Both CEOs came back saying that we're not going to take it down. We didn't find it expensive.
Right.
Supposedly, I believe it's what's today's date?
17th.
It was 11th is the first posting on
I think
New
it's
York Post.
October 20th.
11th.
That Netflix, a couple trans people that work at Netflix are trying to stage a walkout.
Yeah. Okay.
For
and
October
then recently
20th.
they said that the person that was head of the stage of that, they fired.
Mm.
Netflix said they fired. So now there's a whole controversy about that. But my point is stuff like this is what brings everything to the front. Whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it,
It's bringing the conversation.
If you decide to be closed-minded, whether you're gay, you're cis, you're transgender, wherever you fit in the spectrum, it still is going to be. I think it's healthy. It's just like journalism, you know. I mean, for a while I thought I wanted to be a journalist and stuff like that. Well, I learned that you have to, you know, I mean, be subjective, you're objective, you know. I mean, and it's not just my opinion, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at all angles, all sides. But hopefully, what comes from this in somebody's death, also, unfortunately, and I've gone through that before. That's not this discussion here, so I can identify with, maybe not the same reasons, but you know, transitioning how fucking hard that can be, you know. But is that people start talking about it, and even if it's a few people that just had a steadfast like this is the way it is, and this is the way God says it, or for whatever reasons they've learned that this is fact. It's not fact, you know what I mean? Be more open to that, you know, or open to other people and their opinions and their sides. And you know.
I take it as like, think of civil rights. If you, especially with comedy. My bad. Especially with comedy, when you get the Richard Pryors, the
Paul Mooney's,
all
type
stuff,
of
they're talking about, you know, civil
everything
rights in their stand-up.
Right.
Basically saying like, I can't walk down the street without getting my ass beat by the police.
Right.
And this. And there's black people in those communities that's watching these shows. Those are the same people that's going out and marching and protesting for their civil rights. All I feel Dave Chapelle did was, I'm making you talk about this.
Right.
So I'm putting this out there in front.
In front, so yeah,
I'm bringing light
hell yeah.
to a big stage about a situation that's causing, unfortunately, it causes hurt in the trans community, also in black or white, whoever is telling these other jokes like this, their communities. Because I feel, in my opinion, as a comedian, that if I tell a trans joke, I'm telling you my experience. Same way Dave Chapelle told his experience with the trans people that he met in his life.
Right.
So in my opinion, it's a joke. You might not like it, but it was funny, and it was a funny experience to me. I wanted to get out there. Maybe somebody else had this same experience
and didn't want to say it.
Can I just say one thing? I just feel like we as like a whole, we're just very sensitive about everything. Like
as a human race, yes.
Because when you, like you said, there's been jokes about civil rights, which is like
lighter.
Which is like a thing in our community. Like, you know what I mean? But you don't see every black person like, oh man, like why would he even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like why would he say that? Like,
I'm just saying, but there were still like people that crucified, not as heavy because they didn't have social media back then, so you wouldn't see it as much
everywhere, right?
You would just have to read it in the newspapers,
but no one,
you know,
or word of mouth.
It was word of mouth type of thing, and that's just because we didn't have social media. But I feel like if we had social media back then, when Richard Pryor made his first white joke, it was probably a big thing, splattered everywhere. It would have been online like, how dare he?
You think so?
I believe
Hell
so.
Yeah, they was
Because
raunchy as
social
fuck
media.
back then. They ain't getting no fuck.
If you think about
Red
how
Fox,
comedy
all
was,
them.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
but what
Red
I'm
Fox.
saying,
Fox,
we weren't
all
so
them, yeah.
sensitive back then neither. As
Yeah, and like they said,
that's
this
the
new
difference.
generation soft. Cause to
Everyone's soft.
me, the closer was like raunchy in your face. It was like shit. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Like when it's on us, everybody get they laugh and shit. But when it's on y'all, you gotta be all butthurt and shit like that. You feel me?
When he made that point about the baby, I could shoot a nigga.
And no, nothing happened to my career. Nothing happened to my career.
Nothing. It might boast it, but as soon as I tell a
it
gay
will
joke,
boost it. What are you talking about? It's
Right,
it might.
right.
It will.
Right.
It will.
it
Let's be
will,
real.
especially if you're a rapper. But if we tell a gay or trans joke, now we're being and
you think early in like its infancy. I wouldn't say that the LGBTQ community is in its infancy, but it's like when people start coming out, and when things like this start happening, or even go back to Stonewall and stuff like that, it's like it has to go through a whole series of events and history before it becomes. It's like I'm oversimplifying it, but more acceptable. I mean, you look at other nations, even looking at us as a nation overall, everything, and accepting of everything. You look at, like, well, maybe not in all issues, but European nations and stuff like that. Sexism is a big deal. That's another thing. It's the only thing
There's a lot of places.
I don't want to turn this into a transgender, like commentary. But the thing about it is, I think a lot of things like why the outside community looks at transgender people. I've experienced that from people that want to date me. Is that they're not looking at me as a human being. They're looking at me as some kind of taboo or some kind of.
I love how you said that, because that was the same thing. If you go back in America's early
fetish
history,
or something like that.
Sleeping with a black woman or a black
look,
man was a fetish.
Yeah,
a native woman.
They look at me and they're like, okay, it's all about sex, and that's what a lot of the cis community thinks, is that it's all about sex. If somebody wants to transition, that's some kind of perversion or something like that, and they don't necessarily look at me. So then I have to dig down deeper. And I gotta figure out what the fucking untruths are. And the untruths is whatever I went through when I started transition, that whole year of a lot of pain, like coming home, holding that shit in and crying for balling up and crying for 20 minutes to a couple hours or whatever, and then talking about it to other people, getting stronger about it and owning that shit and realizing that whatever, anybody can have an opinion about me, but I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. If you want to get in my business, you want to tell me that I'm wrong or that I'm ungodly or whatever your opinions are about me, then we're going to have a problem. I'm going to stand my ground no matter what.
Basically, everybody should mind their business.
Exactly. Stay in your
lane.
Unless physically it's harming you. If it's something that's physically harming you, that's the only time you don't stay in your lane. But somebody that's being trained, if it's not physically harming you, why get upset about it?
I have a question, and it's been on my mind for quite some while, and it may be off topic just a bit because I know we're talking about the closer, but I want to know I didn't know you smoked before.
Me either.
Because I didn't know. I wanted to ask you, but you were talking.
But
so
we ain't talking.
What am I doing?
You can pass it.
Yeah. How do you feel about people of trans experience? I don't know if that's the best way to say it. Competing in women's sports. How do you feel about that? Because it opened up in the Olympics. Like, what is your feeling on that?
Why would that be an issue? Why would that be a problem?
I feel like when it comes to sports like mixed martial arts, do you think that should be something that's separate? Because does the strength part go away? That's my question.
Okay, so if you're on HRT...
Is that okay? Is that okay question to ask?
Yeah, no, you ask any question. And I'll be as honest as I can and forthright as much as I can.
I appreciate
and
it.
respectful, hopefully. But it's like, so when you start HRT, there's different, you can look at the timelines, you can Google and it'll tell you. So you'll start, so hair will go away or it'll get softer, and for males going to, or females transitioning to males, they're fortunate enough where their voice changes, but anyways, so there's a lot of different changes, but okay, the question again was
the strength part.
So the strength part. So one of the things that goes is upper body strength from male to female. That shit didn't go away with me because I want to make sure I can protect myself still. So I got a total gym at home and I work out, I exercise.
Okay.
I make sure I keep that up. In my work, being a chef, I do a lot of this, so that helps a little bit too. But I work out, and I want to make sure. But you actually going from male to female, you lose strength. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, your muscles start to. I don't know if I want to say it's not.
Decline.
Anyways, decline is probably the best.
I wouldn't say deteriorate. I say
no,
decline.
not deteriorate.
Yeah, deteriorate. I mean decline.
Yeah,
because
decline,
it's a lot of women in it, like fighting in males. You know, like when we see like okay, someone transparent fighting, you know, in this sport, it's like, well, damn, like we wonder, like, damn, is the strength still
a factor?
A factor. You know, is it a fair fight?
Granted, can they do tests like China do for their gym? So like in Asian culture, they got like a grip test that they do.
Okay.
And children, they have a machine that
They
you
have
could
weight class.
punch. Yeah, weight class. Well, it wasn't my weight class in Arizona was ever like this that I've ever seen, or in Chicago. But they have the little grip, and they'll tell you like, okay, that's your grip strength, and it'll be a number. If you punch this machine, it'll tell you your strength, punch and everything like that.
Just like
wouldn't that be an option?
Just like in wrestling and shit like that.
I feel like that could be an option. It's just a level to
I
gain
don't know,
strength.
it's just a question that I know, like, it's something that's talked about a lot because you're starting to see it more, and then you wonder, like, even in the Olympics, you know, like you had, I don't even know if this is correct. I don't even know how to say, but you had women that were, you had two competitors that were born women.
Okay.
Okay, and then you had someone who transitioned. These women worked hard. You know what I mean? They ended up second and third. You know, the women of trans experience came in first. And it's like, well, damn, did that play a factor? You know what I mean? Because we know I'm not as strong as, strength-wise. Yeah. I'm not as strong as you.
Right, yeah.
I could work at as much as I want to.
Right now, you can kick my ass. If I actually started working out.
No, I'm just saying, like, if we had to lift a boulder.
Yeah. You gonna look towards me to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you gonna look towards me. I get that.
To me, like, why
makes
would
sense.
It makes sense. It's like, look, you can lift this more than I can.
Yeah, why would I even strain?
I get that.
So that's the the conversation that I'm around, and people just don't know. We just don't know. That's it.
I feel like, in my opinion, it needs to be science. It needs to be tested.
Yeah, science.
Science. There's some science around it.
Well, there is.
That's just me.
Hey.
My thing. But like Naomi said, it deteriorates. But do we know by how much or how much? Like, I don't know. How's your strength? Like, how much did you used to bench press? You remember?
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or curls. You remember
right.
how much you used to? No.
Probably
I just know if I looked at something, focused on it fucking enough, whether even if it was over 100 pounds, or even my weight, it's just like if I knew I was gonna pick that up before I picked it up, and I just fucking picked it up. Yeah.
I've had a lot of trainers say that shit a lot too.
Yeah.
They tell you that's what the mommy strength. Mommy can
I was thinking
mom
that
can
when
lift
you were-
up
when you were
can
talking,
lift up a
yeah.
car when her child is in danger.
Those are different circumstances.
I mean,
of course, that shit's going to push you.
But it's just like you have that image in your mind, just like Naomi just said. Right. I just got this image that I know I can lift this, and lifted it. Right. That same thing with that mommy strength. I'm gonna fucking save my baby.
Right, that's it. That's all that it is.
I get that.
Man.
Look at that. We brought it all full circle. Hey,
We
man.
did.
Hey,
We're
man.
supposed to be on the Chappelle show.
No. This was on topic though. This was on topic though. We
on
good.
topic. We was on jumping point. Hey man, welcome back to Room Service
Yeah,
Podcast.
yeah.
Yo. We here. We live. I know the light that ain't all that right now. I'm sorry I didn't charge shit. I've been lazy.
He wasn't ready.
I've been very, very lazy.
But it's okay.
I've been doing a lot of writing shit, y'all. I apologize. But we here, man. We got Mo on the couch. We got Angie. We got Naomi on the couch, man. And we all are having a human experience. How you feel?
Yeah, we
for real. Y'all vibing out. I'm loving this.
Hell yeah, bring it all to the table. Bring it all to the table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now we got that out the way, man. How y'all weeks been?
Shit, my week is horrible.
Yeah. Rest in peace, moms. For real.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that out there right there. Rest in peace, moms.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Today is the 1 year anniversary. Mom's going.
Sorry about that.
I'm just.
And he still came to work. That's
Came to
love.
Came to work.
Still came to work.
You know,
He didn't have to
sipping.
be here.
I didn't have to
You
be
didn't
there,
have to
but
be
I
here.
showed up.
Appreciate that.
Well,
His
trying
moms
to
would've
keep
been right here
trying to
laughing
keep a
too.
smile on my face. and
His
shit.
moms would have been here laughing too.
Right.
You got any fights coming up yet?
December is supposed to be a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Getting ready for it?
Yeah.
What you got?
Hitting the
going
gym
on,
harder
Naomi?
than ever.
I know you said you was going back to work, going back to our old stomping ground.
Yeah, possibly. I haven't decided.
Possibly,
yet,
yeah. We don't really say their name on here too much. We don't really fuck with them.
We're
That's a tough cookie to
We
crumble
don't
right
really
there.
fuck with them people like that. I fuck with people that I used to work with, but I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck with them.
yeah. It
You
brought.
answer the phone. When you answered the phone the other day, it was like, yeah. And like, fuck. It brought back when we first started working together, right? At Black Fig. And it was like you'd come in at night and have that. Yeah, fucking bear, like, don't fuck with me. Because I'll just stab you.
It'd be like that.
I was
dude.
an angry child.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, it do. It
It'd
do.
be like
It was
that.
graveyard,
Work,
y'all.
yeah,
man.
work.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was graveyard, man. I
yeah,
couldn't
no.
do that shit.
Uh-uh.
And then I was coming from a whole nother job too.
Yeah.
I was working 3 jobs when I got there with y'all. I was opening at Subway. I was a store manager there, and then I was a lead cook at Qdoba Mexican Grill from 2 to 10, and then I had to come to the casino.
He was a
And
real.
those
11
are all like serious.
Yeah.
He's
I was
a
Sit in the
real.
corner, just stare.
Yeah.
And like if he was in front of the window, facing out towards the customer.
We
Oh,
finally
I guess
got
I'm gonna move out of the
along.
window.
Soon as he played some Motown, we was good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm like, oh, he fucks with us.
Okay.
He fucks with us. Or she. Sorry, back then it was. Yeah, man. Y'all know.
It's
I
all
don't.
right.
I try to make sure I make people get on my case.
But Biggs, ain't this
They gonna come at me in the comments.
Biggs? Ain't this crazy though? Like that place we did work at that we don't really mention. A lot of our guests have been from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy.
we bring on here real people who got good vibes, good energy,
Right,
and
right.
speak truth.
I'm
And
just saying that
everybody
was.
I've ever brought on this show and gave them this platform to speak, because this is our platform,
Yeah.
giving people this chance to speak their truth.
Hell
That's
yeah.
all I wanted it ever to be. Truthfully,
Yeah, and that's
I
what it's
wanted to
coming
be a
to.
platform for AZ.
Mm-hmm.
That's became my motto. This is a platform for AZ. If you out here in AZ
This for
and
you,
you
baby.
wanna
This for you, baby.
speak your truth,
It's for you.
it's room service, baby. We here. You got some businesses y'all want to plug? We here.
Yeah, man. Entrepreneurs, all that shit. Even if you shine shoes, detail cars, any of that
Right.
shit. No, anything that you
Right,
think is
still
for
a
you. You
business,
feel me?
right.
Is it over there?
Yeah, it's
Ange, can you grab Naomi's vape?
sorry.
Yeah, anything that you do, we promote that shit.
Yeah.
Shit, look at us. We started from nothing to something.
We talk real conversations, baby. Real conversations.
It's
shit.
only right.
We laugh, and we still have real conversations. The ones y'all having on
Cause
y'all
here we open minded. We can be blunt and motherfuckers ain't gonna be a sore loser about it. You know what I'm saying?
In the
Man.
week.
And that's what Dave wanted in the closer. That's all I feel. He was bringing to the table. If you know what I'm saying, and if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Because it was real, but it was laughter to it. So it wasn't all just
Right.
negative. It's like, okay, yeah, like with his friend, the lady, she came up, hugged me, get off me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still my friend. Like, I embraced her, but then okay, let me snap back to reality. Like, hold on, wait a minute now. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, man. It's
like you.
everybody
the
needs a
end
laugh. Everybody needs a laugh. So let's bring y'all community so y'all won't feel left out. Let's bring it to y'all and let's see if y'all can take these as jokes or y'all gonna take it serious. Y'all gonna be butthurt. Y'all gonna be, you know what I'm saying, like normal people would do. Laugh. Just like when they talk about black people or white people or Indian people or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans. Everybody get their chance to get talked about. You know what I'm saying? Just let it be what it's gonna be.
And like at the end of the close, like when he did the joke about Daphne, then when I found out that she packed, the messed up part is during the whole thing, he was saying how she bombed and all this
That was
stuff.
so hilarious.
But then he was saying how he was gonna give her tips. I'm like, I can't wait to go look up some of her
Yeah,
stand
that's
up.
what I was
Right.
thinking
That was
too.
right in my head. I can't wait to go look up some of
I
her
was like, I
stand
know
up
she funny
because it's
as
gonna
hell
be
right
funny
now.
as hell.
Yeah.
And then when he did that last joke at the end, it hurt. I laughed, but it also it hurt me
No, that shit. Yeah.
because I
that
was
shit
ready
was-
to see her fucking
Yeah.
shine.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
I was
what
so
I was
ready
thinking.
for it.
That's
I was literally
exactly
about
what I was
to, hey,
thinking.
Flame Monroe, you got a competition.
That's what I was
See?
thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking, because Flame Monroe's funny as hell. So it was like, when he was saying that, I'm like, yo, I know she funny as hell right now.
You get mentored
like,
by the GOAT.
I gotta look her up. Like, I gotta follow her IG. Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, and that was just like a bomb.
It was a heartbroken. No,
I
didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I straight up, because like to tell me that she went on stage and one, she had 45 minutes worth of material for only going on stage a couple times. Because he said she only done it a couple times.
6 or 8 times, something like
so,
that.
And she already had 45 minutes worth of material. I'm still trying to work on my 20.
Right.
Right.
I've been at this for months.
But from him telling that story, that should teach a lot of people lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, nobody's judging you. You just have to give a person a chance. He didn't judge her. He gave her a chance. That goes with white people giving black people a chance. You can't. That's like a black person walking down the street, a white person clutch their shit or walk on the other side of the street. You don't know me to just judge me and think I'm gonna do something to you. You haven't given me a chance. You just judge me off of what you think.
Yeah.
So if anybody, if you're really open minded, listen to what he say and take it as a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? He embraced Naomi for who she was, what she did, what she wanted to do. Most people don't take the time out to even learn your name. You know what I'm saying? For real though.
She embraced
real
Daphne.
shit.
Her name was Daphne.
Daphne,
This is
Naomi.
Naomi.
I don't care. Shit. Naomi, Daphne.
I know it's not me.
Look, I was trying to look. 'Cause I couldn't even remember her name at first. Y'all saying it, we saying it. Y'all know what's going on. Daphne, Naomi, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all in the same boat.
That she got a chance to perform in front of greats. Like he said, Paul Mooney was in the
Yeah.
Right.
Like
That
Paul Mooney is like
And then she, like I said, she went into the back room and started just cracking jokes with these goats,
right.
these
legends,
of the
and
comedy.
got them cracking up. So he like, oh, you are funny,
Right. Like, oh man.
And it is get to that point, because that's what I had to get to that point. Once you really relaxed on stage, that you feel like you just talking like I'm talking to you,
Just being yourself.
you,
Right.
it becomes that. You still get that nerve because the lights are on you. People still looking at you. Hey, my fit look good, man. Hope I ain't got no stain nowhere.
Right.
Like my zip up.
You gotta get to the point where you're not seeing the faces anymore.
Yeah.
It's like it's a black canvas.
No, I don't even want to see. I want to see the faces
They always tell you focus
because
up.
I want to see who talking shit, so I can point them out.
Yeah.
I want to see who talking during my set. Hey, you still got a Jerry curl on. I ain't even gonna say shit to you. Your life is already hard.
But the first lesson to like presenting in front of people is pick something in the crowd and focus on it. And after that, you
That's
work
what
the
they would say in
crowd.
public speaking.
Yeah, you
Like,
pick
But
something in
that's
the
if
crowd
you
and
just
focus on
standing
it.
there.
Yeah.
I try to walk the stage.
Yeah.
I try to
But
move.
just saying, like, if it's the first time for a motherfucker like getting on stage, acting, and they don't know how to work the stage, you pick some of that bitch, get the mic, and you focus on something, move your eyes, but then go back to that focus point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you ever watch, was it, damn, what's the movie?
He don't remember, but
I
yeah.
can't. I lost it. I lost. What's the shit?
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that one.
That was a good one. It was.
But man, hey man, this has been a great conversation, y'all. I love having you.
Yeah, we had to bring it to the forefront. You know what I'm
We
saying?
did.
Everybody hiding in the
We had a
shadows.
good
Let's bring it to the
time
table.
doing it.
Yeah,
It was.
It was a very fun time doing
I
it.
think we just need to be more open-minded and look at what really matters, and that's just like we only got this one life to live, so let's make that shit matter and look beyond differences, and no matter what that is, whether it's gender or faith or anything.
Let's have this human experience, y'all.
Yeah,
I love that. Let's end it out like that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful, man. And let the people know where they can find you, Naomi. You might got a future husband out there.
Oh, no.
You got an Instagram you want to shout out?
Contact Troy. He's
Alright.
he's gonna be my bouncer.
Make the comments. I'm gonna check y'all profile stylist. She need money. She need to be security. You know, I'm gonna make sure these all checks out before you come through. I need a monthly stipend.
Man.
But for real, man, this has been another episode of Room Service Podcast. I'm your host. Oh, I said host. I mean your boy. Fuck, I'm high.
Are you all right?
Whew.
You want to start?
Biggz big over here.
You want to redo it
No,
you okay?
I'm
Are you
okay
fine?
with that. I'm okay with that.
Cause he He don't know who he is right
don't
now.
know who I am
But
right
I know who
now.
I am. I'm Vadimo and shit. You know what I'm saying? This has been another episode of Room Service the Podcast.
Hey,
We're
we out.
out.
We out, man. Appreciate y'all.
Woo. That was a good one.
What did you think about Naomi?
Enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Did the nervousness go away?
No.
You could tell she didn't move from that same posture.
But yeah, I tried once in a while to like.
She needed a shot or two.
Yeah. I try to stay away from that.
Man, shouldn't we all?
I don't know when the race stops.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna make me mad.
What?
Because it save was not. Bro, that did not record me pissed.
No second takes.
Yeah.
It didn't record?
And I don't know why, because I pressed record. We have audio, just don't have.
Well, put it on
Put a photo.
put it on
Take a photo of it
Spotify.
or something.
You on all platforms, so
Yeah, I'm still. I can put it on that, but
Yeah.
fuck.
At
I
least,
pressed record.
at least sit down and take a photo.
Did it stop recording when the light went
I'm
off?
like sit down
I
and
don't
set
know.
it to take
Did it-
like
did it
a
stop
couple
record-
photos.
did it stop
At least
recording at
you
all?
can have
It
that.
didn't record at all.
At all.
At all. Cause I'm putting that way. I'm like, I pressed it, and then I went to go get that stuff.
Oh,
I
your
had to
flash
record.
on, so that bitch wasn't recording.
Fuck.
Wow.
Well, at least you have the audio.
I do have audio. Fuck.
We'll just look
Audio's
at the
still
positive.
technically going right now. Hear me saying fuck.
You're right.
Oh, fuck. All right.
The
Let's do
audio.
pictures then. Fuck. Take two. Y'all remember what y'all said?
This fucking guy.
No.
Hell no, I don't.
No.
Your lighter even match
Yeah.
your fit.
Fuck.
Hell yeah, I did that on purpose.
It
What
upsets
ask
me.
you? That's dope though. Like if I saw him on the
This
street,
is
I'm
why I
like,
need a
damn,
fucking
like
engineer.
his whole fit match.
This is why I need a
His
fucking
whole
engineer.
fucking fit.
Alright.
His whole fit.
You want to take a picture? We're just going to have a picture on our YouTube
Yeah.
page of us all talking.
Well, I mean, you ain't gotta talk. Or...
No, I mean,
Whatever.
It's gonna be the picture and then audio
Everybody had their
playing.
mouth wide
It's just
open.
going to be a picture with the audio.
You know, with that. You
Are
know,
we
you
standing
know what we have to
up,
do
or-
then?
Right.
We got the motherfucking shit
No,
on
we're the
commercial or
good
something.
ones.
Just throw it in that bitch.
I'm like, what did he do?
Stop it.